welcome to another episode of Truths Explained. I'm Hugo Pellegrinolo, and today I'll be talking about the use of plastic. If you look behind me, you'll see a gigantic plastic dump, but you don't have to worry. It's either in the Philippines, Malaysia, or until a few years ago, it was in China. And it is still being used to generate electricity. As always, thank you very much for watching today's videos. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and English, Spanish, Portuguese, and French subtitles. Plastic was invented to save the environment, so beware of the next solution. Plastic has been in the press a lot lately for the damage it has been causing the world's ocean. But it might come as a surprise that its invention is intricately linked to an effort to avoid an environmental disaster. In the second half of the 19th century, the world faced a crisis that stemmed from the love of billiards. Elephants were being slaughtered in their thousands so that people could harvest their tusks to make high-quality billiard balls. Between 3 and 5 could be made from a tusk of an elephant, meaning the least 2 animals had to be killed for every set of balls. Once billiards found its way out of the parlors of the upper-class British homes and into the saloons of America, this became unsustainable. By the middle of the century, the world was consuming at least 1 million pounds of ivory per year. Because of fears over the elephant's demise, and let's be honest, because the price of ivory was increasing as it became scarcer, an alternative to the slaughter was sought. Michael Phelan, the father of American billiards, quote-unquote, was particularly keen to find a cheaper billiard ball, and in 1863 he took out an ad offering the handsome sum of $10,000, roughly $200,000 today, for the invention of a substitute for ivory. John Wesley Hyatt, a young printer with no formal training in chemistry, took up the challenge. He began experimenting with various solvents, and 6 years later stumbled upon something that would transform the world as we know it: celluloid, the first industrial plastic. A cheap and indispensable environment savior. Celluloid wasn't the perfect substitute for billiard balls. Its volatile meant 2 balls hitting each other would produce, quote-unquote, a mild explosion like a gun going off. But it quickly began to replace ivory and other everyday materials. Plastic had a number of properties that made it attractive and eventually indispensable for modern life. It could be molded into pretty much any form and hardened or left flexible as desired. It was waterproof, so wouldn't rot like wood or corrode like metal. It would come in any color, allowing it to imitate plenty of expensive materials. It was incredibly durable, as well as we are all too aware of today. And perhaps most importantly, it was amazingly cheap. From the start, it was hailed as an environmental savior. Not only did it prevent the demise of elephants at a time, it also saved hawksbill turtles from having to provide the world's tortoises, shell combs, and coral from the desire for brightly colored jewels. As 1878 sales pamphlet for celluloid boasted, as petroleum came to the relief of the whale, so has celluloid given the elephant, the tortoise, and the coral insect a reptile in their native haunts, and it will no longer be necessary to ransack the earth in pursuit of substances which are constantly growing scarcer. So embrace plastic with a clean conscience. Although it had the added benefit of being very convenient, we clearly overdid it. A famous 1955 edition of Life magazine waxed lyrical about the benefits of throwaway living. Next to an image of a happy family being showered by various single-use, disposable plastic items included disposable gas towels and duck and goose decoys for hunters to throw away. The article crowd, quote-unquote, the objects flying through the air in this picture would take 40 hours to clean, except no housewife will need to bother. They're all meant to be thrown away after use. We should learn the lessons of the past. The legacy of this wholehearted embrace of thrown away living is that we find ourselves in a situation where the world is producing 300 million tons of plastic a year. That's more than 660,000 times the tonnage of ivory that proved so unsustainable in the 1800s. It's also a figure that's expected to triple by the year 2050. Worrying of all, it is estimated 8 million tons of the stuff finds its way into the world's ocean every year, and plenty more is polluting the land. The upfront is that plastic ingestion and entanglement is harming and killing, among other animals, the elephants, the turtles, and corals it was created to save. Thankfully, the world has woken up to this environmental catastrophe. People are demanding a solution, and governments, academics, business, and NGOs are scrambling to find one. But the story of plastic gives us pause for thought. Will the solution we promote also have dire consequences down the line? The last thing we want is to introduce a replacement for plastic that will end up causing harm to us or the environment in the future. This video, I'm gonna be very honest, it's gonna be very short, since all I want to ask you is to please share this video, like it, and the truth is that the plastic that is behind me on this chroma key today is on the Philippines, Malaysia, used to be in China, but eventually it will be literally everywhere. Clearly, celluloid is not the perfect solution, but celluloid is still recyclable. But we are still using a lot of single-use plastics to this day. So let's be honest, we're still not treating the environment the way it should be treated.
As always, thank you very much for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. If you have any doubts at all, you can always send me an email at hugo.loh@gmail.com. Thank you very much for watching today's video.